This is your boy DJ Leon D, and on this channel we talk about travel, money, and lots of cooking. Three things I know quite a bit about. I'm not an expert at anything. Nope, not an expert. I've just been around a long time and know a lot. Let's get it on. This is your boy DJ Leon D, and I'm going to tell you something that you guys got to know. Over the last several weeks, I've been going over friends' houses and eating food and looking at what they're using for their grills and smokers. And I probably did about 30 of them. And, I tried quite a few of them out. I tried a lot of them out. I decided that I was going to go on this tour and go to Ace Hardware, go to Lowe's, go to Home Depot. And I was going to try these grills, and I got a buddy of mine. I got a few buddies. They work at all these stores. And I said, let me fire them up. Let me see what I like and don't like about them. And they all said, not a problem. But also, I went to some friends' houses who got all kind of stuff. So I knew that the friends I had were going to let me cook on them because, just try stuff like hot dogs, burgers, something simple. Let me come cook and use your grill to cook for your family so I can see how it works. And now, a lot of these I've owned in the past. And I'm going to tell you, the worst to the best you can get, and even the best ain't that great. But these are not every single smoking grill out there in the world. These are just a few of them. But you need to know something about them, though, because some of them going to fool you. Let me tell you, number 10, this is the worst, is a charbroil range. Don't buy one of those, man. Just don't buy it. They're terrible. They're terrible. They have totally uneven cooking temperatures. It depends on what part of the grill you're using. And I'm saying grill because it's not a smoker. I told you before, if it don't produce smoke, it's a grill. And 99% of them got propane. So charbroil is just cheap. It's just, it's just something that you give it to your son when he's 10 years old. Don't give it to a man. A man's going to break it. Number 9, Next Grill. Now, some of you don't know, Next Grill is only sold at Home Depot. It's only sold at Home Depot. And it is their brand. It is their house brand. So when you buy a Next Grill, you buying a cheap-ass Home Depot house grill. That's all you buy. And I don't know anybody, who got one of these. Now, my experience, I don't have one. My experience comes from a guy at Home Depot was assembling one, and we assembled it. He fired up to see how it worked. And that was one of his jobs he had because, they like to claim that if it costs $2.99 or $3.99, we do free delivery already assembled. So he was doing that. And he gave me a chance to, just talk to him and just see how it worked and stuff. And I asked him, I said, who buys Next Grills? He said, young people in apartments. He said, young people in apartments. They're small, they're safe. And he goes, they're not worth the money, but it's cheap. And for a lot of people, the price point of buying a grill, that matters more than the functionality or the reliability. That matters more. Because some people think I buy one for a couple $100. If it doesn't work or it breaks in a year, 2 years, who cares? Throw it away and get another one. And nothing wrong with that if that's how you do life. That's how you do you. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. Would I ever have one? Hell no. No. I would never even consider it. Because it's way beneath me. I'm talking about way beneath me. Now, here go another cheap grill that some people buy. And some of these stores sell stuff because, they make a large profit off it because it's very, very cheap. The next one is Dynaglow. Everything on that damn thing is plastic outside the flat surface, the griddle part. Everything else is plastic. I looked at it, I'm like, okay, if you take a lighter and you put the lighter within 10 feet of that damn knobs on it, that lighter is going to melt that entire grill. All you have is a little flat panel made of steel. Yeah, Dynaglow is not one of those ones that you ever want to have grown men over and you show this is what I got. They already know your wife bought it for you as a birthday gift or anniversary gift. She don't love you. She might like you. Because she love you, she wouldn't even consider that. And plus, if your wife loves you when it comes to grills, any true man ain't going to let her pick it out. Not unless she's been to the store with you 50 times, and all 50 times, you said, this is my dream. Now, I can tell you right now, you got a fucked up dream. But some people don't dream very big. But if you get down the glow, I don't think you dreamed at all. Here's another one that a lot of people don't realize. There's a brand called Master Forge. I saw this, and then I realized I saw it 4 or 5 times. And then a buddy of mine had one. And I don't know if he bought it or he stole it, but it looked like it's not worth going to jail over stealing this. But he had one, he bought one, and I told him, Master Forge, you don't see those everywhere. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you right now, you only going to see Next Grill in Home Depot, and you only going to see Master Forge in Lowe's. You know why? Those are house brands. They're cheap house brands. You know, be honest about it, I wouldn't even put a Master Forge in my vehicle. No. I'm not going to embarrass. What happens if it falls off the truck and my best friend behind me, and he knows I'm a master griller, which I am, and he's a master griller? What happens if he's behind me or he hasn't come out of the house and he see me taking a Master Forge off my truck? We ain't gonna be friends very long, because he's gonna look at me like, dude, you got some major issues here. And because it's Lowe's only. Matter of fact, Master Forge is so cheap, Lowe's don't even assemble those and deliver them to you, because Lowe's know it's not worth the gas. They already know that. They thinking this ain't even worth the damn gas I'm gonna spend. Now, another one that I seen, and I never heard of it before in my life, but I got a chance to play around with the one. It's called Royal Gourmet. I had never in my life heard of that brand or saw that until my buddy had one. And I told him, I said, hey man, did you get that from Temu? Because Amazon don't sell them. He said Amazon do sell them. It's just that you got to dig through Amazon to really find it. He said, you put in the name, and you know, in the Amazon search bar, you say, hey, can you find a Royal Gourmet? Amazon gonna ask you, are you sure that's what you want to look for? We got a lot of options that's better than that one. But normally Amazon don't sell house brands where you can only get it at you can only get it at the Royal Gourmet website. Amazon don't sell Next Grills. Amazon do not sell the Lowe's brand either, Master Gourmet. So when you go and you buy one of these smokers, well, no, not smokers. We ain't even touched a smoker yet. Out of the first 5, ain't none of them smokers. Actually, the charbroil is. It is a smoker, but yeah, it should be called one. So Royal Gourmet, for those who are not sure, if you only got a couple $100 or $1.50, go ahead and get one. But when your friends come over, cover up the name. Put some duct tape or something on it. Cover up the name. You should not be embarrassing yourself like that. As a matter of fact, versus buying a Royal Gourmet or some of the other grills I'm mentioning here, I might have to go borrow one, I might have to go borrow a name brand that everybody knows from my neighbor. And say, hey man, listen, I got some company coming over. Let me slide you $100 so I can use your grill and have my friend think it's mine. I mean, that's what I would do. But everybody's different. Some people ain't got no shame in their game. And when you think about Royal Gourmet, there's another one called Monument Grills. I seen it down south. And now I don't know if that came out of Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop, but it couldn't have come out of a place this sell real stuff. If I see you with Monument Grill, it's called Monument Grills. If I see you with one of those, I already know you got it for free. You probably got on the prices right, because they be having some stuff that no real man in his life is gonna ever buy. Now, the women like the trips. The men, just give me the car. all the other crap you're going to give me with it, if it ain't a computer, I don't need it. So Monument Grills is just one of those brands that just came out of nowhere. And see, some of these brands are going to be big sellers, even though they're a piece of junk. Another terrible grill to buy. And some of you are going to argue about this, but the brand is just not there. The brand is not very, very good. It's so thin, it's not quality, but it's a lot of them being sold. That's called Pit Boss. Now, I'm going to tell you about me and Pit Boss. Pit Boss, I like some of the accessories. Would I ever buy a Pit Boss? Hell no. Hell no. Nope. Never would think about it. But if your price point is $400, all these ones that I mentioned, they're not a bad deal. I mean, it's just not a bad deal if all you can pay is $400. But my attitude is, if you got to worry about how much your smoker grill going to cost, don't go shopping very long for it. Just do smoker that's going to break under $700, under $300. Smokers and grills that's going to fail, and my price point is $300 because you're going to get a failure. They are all going to fail at some point. Now, when I see Pit Boss, they make pellet grills, and they are really an entry level grill for people who want to get a pellet. You don't get many square inches to cook your food on. You get no surface space at all. But if you are new, broke, or dumb, go get a Pit Boss. I have not seen Pit Bosses stand up to any pellet grill that I've ever purchased or looked at. And they don't cook evenly. They're terrible for pellet. Now, people say, it's an offset smoker. Yeah, but you shouldn't have one temperature and the food is totally done and the other food is totally raw. And it's a hot dog. Nah. The center and other places got to be cooked at the same time. So they are terrible. Now, here's one that's going to shock you because you think they make only washing machines and dryers and refrigerators. Kenmore. Yes, Kenmore make smokers and grills. Would I ever buy one? Hell no. When I look at Kenmore, I'm looking for the knobs and I'm looking for the knobs and stuff to set my cycling speed for my washer. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm not looking for it to be a smoker or something like that. No. People just don't get it. Now, I'm saying that. That about Pit Boss. About Kenmore. I'm saying about Kenmore because Kenmore normally makes very cheap things, but they last you a little bit. They're not going to last you 20, 30 years, but you might get 3 years out of it. And be honest about it, I asked my friend, where in the hell did you even find a Kenmore? Smoker. I've never seen one in the store for sale. I've never seen one. That tells you a lot by itself. I have never seen one, and yet, people manage to find these kind of things. Now, here's one that's really, really overrated, but I'm going to be honest about it, though. I use it quite a bit when I go down to my uncle's house. When I go down south, I use this quite a bit. And now they are very popular to a lot of backyard cooks. I didn't say chefs. I said cooks. They are very, very popular. And that's called Blackstone. The Blackstones are very, very popular. And, it's for those guys who want to cook breakfast outside, breakfast on a griddle. Nothing wrong with that, but hell, what's the difference between that and just cooking it on the stove? You got to tell me that I don't see the difference. I'm going to tell you what the difference is. If it rains, cooking it on the stove ain't going to bother you. Cooking it outside on a damn wannabe stove is going to bother me. Man, and I know people who love them. They buy the big ones, but it's not worth the money. And believe it or not, a Blackstone is heavy as hell. I'm talking about smokers are heavy, but a Blackstone is heavy. And I know it's not worth the money, but some people will swear to God it is. If I had little kids and they say, Dad, can we cook outside? I think I'll just take my stove outside. So yeah, sure, son, no problem. Yes, daughter. And you'll see me taking my stove outside. Ain't no way in hell you're going to see me on a Blackstone. And to be honest about it, my smokers, I can get enough heat to cook on it. It's not a problem at all. You know, it's not a problem at all. But I'm not gonna have a Blackstone though. So, you know, the Blackstone is good for certain things. I guess if you're cooking bacon outside. The Kenmore is the cheapest smoker I ever seen, or grill I ever seen. Now, here's another one too. They got one called Expert Grill. I seen it for the first time when a buddy of mine was putting one together. They are strictly the Walmart brand. I'm not a Walmart shopper, so a lot of people are. You'll see some things in there. Everything Walmart make isn't called Maker's Mark, like people think. No, they make grills too. And the grills are really cheap. Now, you got Rectech. Some people love Rectech. But that's cheap as hell too, though. And Yoder is the same way. Yoders look heavy. You know how you look at something and say, man, it looks heavy. And then you thinking you got a lot of steel, quality steel. No. What's heavy on what's heavy on the Yoders are the wheels. I picked one of the wheels up and said, this ain't a lot of weight. The grill itself is cheaply built. Cheaply built. You know, cheaply, very cheap. So don't forget, you got Komodo Joes. Those are a waste of money as well. They're a waste of money. And I'm going to tell you something too. It's going to blow you away. It's a fact though. When you go there and you get the Traegers, if it's not one of the big boy Traegers, if it's like the Pro 34, now I like the Pro 34 a lot, but it's not a great grill if you looking for even temperature throughout the entire smoker. It doesn't hold it like that. Your smoke and your heat primarily is going to be on one side of that Traeger. Now you go to the Ironwood, you go to the Timberline. The doors by itself tells you you got some quality steel there because they're heavy as hell and they hold the heat in. And but even the top of the line Traegers do not hold the heat like you think it does. Now I got 7 of them. I can tell you they do not. About every 2 years I buy a new Traeger. Some new model just came out just to play around with it. And then I'll use it for a year or two and I'll sell it. Sometimes I'll keep them. Depends on my alternatives. Now, one that's really is cheaply made, but it's very dependable, is Camp Chef. Camp Chef, you know, there's no insulation. That's the biggest downside. There's no insulation. You know, the doors are cheaply made, and you find yourself spending a lot of pellets. You spend a lot of, keep the fire going. You spend a lot. But when you buy a cheap grill, you're always gonna have fire issues. And even if you buy a Blackstone, which is not worth the money, you gotta get some wind blockers because you are going to have the wind everywhere. Get some wind blockers. That's not that bad. So when you look at some of these smokers and grills, you got to ask yourself, how much time do I want to spend trying to control the heat? How much time do I want to spend? Because a lot of times it is just not worth it at all. So saying that, I'll do a video with the best smokers on the market. But I'm gonna tell you in advance, spoiler alert, the best smoker in the market is 99% the ones built at home by someone who's using some kind of oil barrel or something like that. Those are the best ones. Because anytime you can get it customized and you get someone to design, this is what I want, it should be damn good. It should be damn good. But a lot of times it also depends on the material you use. I'm a big steel man. I got friends who use aluminum and all this other kind of stuff, and I've seen their smokers and grills rust out or get burnt out at the very bottom. So it all depends. And the thing too is, now it's not the time to be buying a smoker or grill. You're not getting a discount because Memorial Day is around the corner. You're not getting a discount. Nope, it's not how it works. You'll get a discount after Labor Day. And I've seen some crazy prices after Labor Day. Some prices that I'm like, let me go Google the last time this actually, worked. And Google tell me this model came out in 2015, and the best time to buy it is, January. But at the same time, what I want to say is that you get what you pay for. That's just the way it works. You get what you pay for. You don't want to pay no money, you're gonna get crap. You're gonna get crap. And someone asked me, do the Chinese make smokers and grills? Hell yeah, they make them. Every day, all day. It's the one you just bought. Oh yeah, they make them. They may put Komodo Joe. They may put Green Egg. They may put, certain brands. Traeger is one of the few ones that most of the Traeger is made in America. But you can go to Temu. I'm sure somebody there is going to have one that they either stole, borrowed, or traded for. They're going to have one. Matter of fact, when I was in Central America not too long ago, they were selling Traegers down there because they're an authorized reseller. So yeah, Traeger makes them. You mean that you may call you or something different? I mean, not Traeger. Chinese makes them. You may call you or something different, but it's Chinese made. They may not want to tell you that, but it is. So you can hate them on one day and then thank them for the low price the next day. But you got to step up and get a real quality made one if you want it to last more than a couple of years. Most of these things, the rain get to them. All the ones I listed, the rain gets to them at some point. You get to them at some point. So I want to go back and tell you that Char-Broil, Next Grill, Diner Glow, Master Forge, Royal Gourmet, Monument Grills, Pit Boss, Kenmore, Blackstone, Rectech, Yoder, Komodo Joe, and Traeger. If you get the cheaper Traegers, they're not very, very good. No way. They're not very, very good. And normally, an Expert Grill. I can't forget about the Walmart brand. Everybody knows that's gonna be a piece of crap. But like I said, it depends on who you're catering to, what kind of price point you want. That's the kind of smoker grill you get. I don't find very many grills that excite me. I find a whole lot of smokers that do. Not too many grills. So this is your boy DJ Leon D. This whole point of the video, make sure you get the right one. Because a lot of y'all ain't got the right one. And I feel bad for you because I realize that it may not be your fault. It may not be your fault. But what is your fault is showing it and displaying it to people like me. That's your fault. If you're going to do it, make sure I don't got a lot of liquor in me so I won't see all the obvious errors and all the obvious things I don't like. Okay? So get the right one, impress your friends. Get the wrong one, you won't have no damn friends. Peace out, DJ Leon D.